Okay, so I'm Federico Dubini from Milan, Italy. I came to LA to attend USC 4 years ago. Right now I'm senior. And I started Yobs during freshman year. Yobs is a company that basically built an AI solution to assist Fortune 2000 companies, Fortune 2000 enterprises to hire people faster and limiting bias. Basically, we develop an algorithm that is able to detect 400 parameters from video interview to understand personality and soft skills, and then basically help the candidate to be hired because of personality and soft skills, so matching him with the most ideal job position in the company, right? So in the past, as I said, in the other two companies that I developed, finding like good candidates was very difficult because you have the resume, you have the cover letter, but both the resume and the cover letter don't have data about personality and soft skills. So being an immigrant and being my co-founder an immigrant, diversity was a huge topic for us. So we wanted to build something that would have helped minorities that they usually are underestimated. I fought really hard to come to college in the US because first of all, in Europe it's not common to save $70,000 a year to go to college, even if you come from a family that is coming from a safe background. It's difficult to ask that money home. Second, the high school doesn't prepare you for the SAT. Sometimes, like in my case, even if it was a very good high school, they saw going to the US as a capitalistic dream that was not good and it was not fair towards the others. So they tried to put every obstacle to do not send me to college. So I think that in that experience I learned how to solve problems, how to find solutions on the road, and this is like actually the juice of entrepreneurship, right? The core of entrepreneurship. So yeah. I think that what a lot of people don't understand is that a startup doesn't have only a fancy side. So a lot of people like startups because it's cool to say that you work in a startup. A lot of people like startup because they have flexible schedule rather than the classic JP Morgan job, right, or consulting. But it's not like this. Actually, it's the opposite. Working a startup means working every night and day and weekends and traveling a lot till an extent that traveling is not cool enough. So you have to be able to address the challenges and find problems and see problems as an opportunity to learn. A lot of people see like the problem as the end of the idea. You have to be able to pivot. And actually, this is the biggest question they got from investors. How did you pivot along your history, right? And if you answer that you didn't pivot, you're not mature enough, right? So you originally have an idea, you create a very easy prototype with nothing, with no resources. You test the idea on the market, then you got the answer from the market, and from that you pivot. So that's why the most important thing is also always the team and not the idea. The execution capability and not the idea, because the idea changes, right? So being able to answer to these problems positively is for sure very important. I was part of WBB program, right? So I had the chance to study, work, and live in Italy, in Hong Kong, and here in Los Angeles. And I have to say that USC, notwithstanding the American college system wants you to be in class a lot, has been very flexible, right? So I met professors that weren't just academic people, but they actually developed business in their own. So they were able to understand, not everybody, but most of them, they were able to understand that, to see long term. So if schools is about preparing the students to the future of work, what's the long-term value for this student, in this case me, and they saw that I was doing something, so they accepted that sometimes I wasn't in class. On the other end, I was able to show full-time commitment, so my pitch to them was, look, I have this company, became big enough to do not give up. a lot of investors asked me to give up and not going to school because they saw it as a risk, the fact that I was committing to two different things. I told them no, because I fought really hard when I was in Italy to come to college, as I told you. But please do understand that sometimes schedule conflicts. The capability to execute, finding people that have an expertise but they have a common culture. And that's actually what we are working on, right? So finding people with the right soft skills more than hard skills, because a lot of jobs are changing right now, so you have to be able to adapt, right? So this is the main things that we are looking for when we are hiring new people. And it's actually the first things that we promote to investors, our team, right? It's not about the idea. The idea changes according to what the market teaches you, actually. It's about the execution, so don't be afraid of sharing the idea. You just get feedback. You have the chance to make it better. You have the chance to find teammates if you share the idea. If you don't share the idea, you cannot start. Then you start and be able to understand that you have to see problems as an obstacle to pass, not as the end of the story. So it's natural to see, to face problems and to pivot completely your business model, your original idea, maybe to apply your idea to a different industries. So try always to find solutions. I think what I always say is that entrepreneurship is about hacking systems. So as long as you respect your values, trying to see problems as an opportunity to solve them, not saying, oh, it's a problem, I cannot do it. So yes. As I said before, I think that entrepreneurship is not for who thinks that is about having a flexible schedule. So don't take entrepreneurship rather than consulting just because you want to work from 11 to 2 and have a balance, a life balance. Because it's about being on the market, face the problems. Like entrepreneurship is not only about speaking with top investors, it's also about giving out flyers. So don't feel that you are too cool to do something. If you're a person that thinks that you're entitled, it's not about entrepreneurship. Work hard 24/7, that is entrepreneurship. Commitment, full-time commitment, and never give up. So a lot of people, specifically when I was doing the other two companies that I developed, my biggest problem was to find somebody that would have said, yes, cool, I want to help you, and then would have committed long-term. A lot of people, they were super excited at the beginning, but then at the first obstacle, oh, sorry, I have school, oh, sorry, I have a girlfriend, a boyfriend, or like a friend. You have to understand that the company is your first priority lifelong, right? Or like as long as you stay in the company. So right now we are closing our seed round of funding, 1.5 million seed round. I think that we will announce it next week or soon. With this money, the goal is to build the enterprise infrastructure, so everything we need to serve our customers that we already have, and to turn the pilots into full-time contracts, to finally like increment the relationship that we have with this Yobs psychologist lab. So for us it was crucial to have a base of research, not do just marketing. The danger with AI is that you can basically increment the problem rather than solving it. And for example, Amazon tried to use AI for recruiting to limit bias, as we do want to do. What they found is that the AI algorithm learns that men were successful just because there was an original bias in the company. So it automatically learned that men equals to be successful, women equals to be a low performer, and they screen out all the women from the application. You don't want to do that. So every day we stress the algorithm with very extreme cases. So people with disabilities, women, men, like people from different sex, different gender, and everything, right? So this is a big part, working side by side with the industrial psychologist, developing the feature that I told you before. So continue to track the lifetime value of the candidate inside the company. So the hiring piece, talent discovery piece, the internal mobility piece, and And then who knows, maybe in the future also apply the capability of understanding personality from video to different markets, but this is more long term before we want to build an expertise in one single industry.